in the Ramayana, in Ayodhya Kandam, if you pay attention, you will understand the nuance. In Ayodhya Kandam, Dasharatha goes and asks his ministers. They were all learned in those days, so he went and asked, my ministers, please let me know if Rama, whom I have thought to be the Yuvaraja, the heir apparent, is he good? The ministers said, the people said, Dasharatha, we were waiting for this moment where you would declare Rama as the king. Dasharatha asked, was I so bad? So that is when they said, no, you were good. But we know for sure that Rama will be the best. We were waiting for that momentous occasion when Rama will be seated on the royal elephant with the shade of the beautiful umbrella being held by Bharata at the back with the Chamara Kainkaryam done as he Ichchamohi Mahabahum Raghuviram Mahabalam Gajena Mahata Yantam Ramam Chhatravritananam. Immediately Dasharatha asked, all that is fine. Is my son capable enough? In Tamil Nadu, they should have asked, is my son capable enough? How is my son capable enough? The people said, no, he is very capable. What are his capabilities? You'll be surprised. What is Rama's capability? People say he is good in dance. There is one shloka in the Ramayana, Ayodhya Kandam, he is good in dance. We have never seen Nartana Krishna, we have seen. Nartana Rama, have we seen? No. Because Rama is very shy. Some people are very good in dance and music, but they will be very shy. I'm actually out of practice and my voice has just taken a hit, so I can't sing. Krishna is not like that. Whether he sings poorly or good, he will sing like me. Now, Rama, he was good in dance, he was good in music. There are two verses in Ayodhya Kandam. What does this suggest? Immaterial of whether you're a man or a woman, classical arts, Shastriya Sangeetam and Natyam makes you a disciplined person. It is just not meant for earning and doing public performance. When you learn music, you learn discipline in life. When you learn dance, you learn discipline. So when people said he was good in dance and music, what they meant was he is disciplined. So finally it was decided that Rama will be the heir apparent. Rama went and spoke to his Acharya Vasishtha. Vasishtha said, tonight is going to be a super night for you. Tomorrow you're going to be coronated. So you and your wife have to go to the temple of your family deity. Kannada bhashayalli heluvaga mane devaru anta heltivi. Tamil chollumbodhu kuladeivam nu solluvom. Telugu lo cheptunnappudu kuladeivam kada. Aa reethilo Malayalathil endana kuladeivam? Hindi Kuldev. So Kuldev. So Kuldev, Kuladeivam, Mane Devaru, whatever, you have to go to that temple. Look at this verse. Gate Purohite Ramaha. Rama, upon listening to the advice given by his Purohita, Gate Purohite Ramaha, Snato Niyata Manasaha, following every acharam of Shuchi. Did he go alone to the temple? No. Sahapatnya, along with his wife. Who is that wife? In Rama Avataram, it is easy. In Krishna Avataram, you have to think. Rama Avataram, there is only one, Sita. Sahapatnya, who is that lady? Sita. He doesn't use the name Sita. You know what Valmiki says? Sahapatnya Vishalakshya, with his wife called Visalakshi. Who is this new lady? Sita. Sita is called Visalakshi. Why? The commentator writes 4 pages for this. Why she is called Visalakshi? Rama and Sita went to the temple where their Kula Deivam, their family deity, was housed. Rama was doing Aradhanam to that Bhagavan after very many days. Sita was observing how her husband was at this Aradhanam because he had lost touch. Generally in Aradhana, you do a Harati for Bhagavan and then you do Ghantanadam. This has to shake. This has to go around. Generally, it will happen the vice versa. This will shake. This will go around. Right? You have to do this. That comes with practice. Correct? Because one is this kind of a pendulum motion. The other one goes this way. So you have to get it. Rama has not been in touch of Aradhana. No, Sita looks at Rama. Your father keeps telling my son is talented. Dekta. When Rama performed Aradhanam to that Kuladeivam, it was picture perfect. So her eyes, which were generally large, out of surprise became larger. So she is called Visalakshi. See, Sahapatnya Visalakshya. Now Rama is performing Aradhana to whom? To Jagannatha. Remember, we are in the Ratha Yatra period. The original name of Bhagavan in Ayodhya was Jagannatha. We have reference to it. So he was performing Aradhanam to Jagannatha. Who is he? Jagannatha. Who is he performing Aradhanam to? Jagannatha. Sita wanted to check. Is the sitting Jagannatha next to me handsome or the reclining Jagannatha? Whenever she used to look at reclining, she felt he was handsome. When she used to look at Rama, she thought he was handsome. So with this element of surprise switching sides, her eyes became large. Sahapatnya Visalakshya. 40 reasons are given why her eyes went large. Visalakshya Narayanam Upagamat. So, if you pay attention to this only, you can understand this rahasya. It's not that easy. Upon the advice given by their Purohita Vasishtha, before the Pattabhisheka, Rama and Sita performed Aradhanam to their Kuladeivam called Jagannath. Now, there is an incident before this we have to note. At the commencement of the Ramayana, when Dasharatha performs Ashwamedha, he sends invitation to all kings. Many of them attend. So, good arrangements were made for the incoming kings. One Ayodhya city tour was taken. They used to be taken to the handicrafts shop, all of them. Who were the kings who came? This is where I need to discuss a few lines about our Tamil Nadu very well-read politicians. One group of people in Tamil Nadu will always want to disassociate Tamil culture from Sanatana Dharma. They have been trying hard, but their own family members' wives don't let them do that. They often say that Tamil Kalacharatthukkum Ramayanatthukkum sambandhame kidayadu. We are different. Nangal Tamilargal. We are from a different graham. We are not from earth. Irony is, please make note of this. In the earliest Tamil literature, there is a work called Bogar Yedairam. Neevu Kannada bhasheyalli maatadidrunuve, ee nanu helo vakyagalu vishayana neevu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿಂದ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೂ ತಮಿಳ್ ಕಲಾಚಾರಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾವ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ಆ ದುರ್ಭಿಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀವು ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నప్పుడు ఇది అరవం అధ్వానం ಅಂತ చెప్తారు, లేకపోతే ఇది అముదం. సో in the earliest works of Sangam literature called Bogar Yedairam, the Siddha Purusha states, Valmiki, after composing the Ramayana in Samskrita Bhasha in Uttara Bharatam and letting the pracharam happen through Lavakusha, a few years later came to Tamil Nadu. He propitiated Shiva as a physician. He is called Marundishwarar. That place where Valmiki propitiated Shiva is called Valmikiyur Thiruvanmiyur. Second, when he came to Chennai, the Rajadhani of Tamil Nadu, he carried the Kuladeivam of his family. He is in a standing posture. That god is called Jaladhivarna. Jaladhivarna in the Tamil language is called Neervannan. Hence, that place is called Tirunirmalai near the Chennai airport. So, there is recorded evidence that Valmiki has come. Second, Kamban, before writing the Kamba Ramayanam, says, Vangarum Padam Niti, Vagatta Vanmigi Yenban, Tinkavi Shevigallartha, Tevarum Parigachaidan, Angavan Pugaldanattai, Naravam Mandi, Mungayan, Peshalutran, Yennanan Murialutrain, he pays his obeisance to Valmiki. So, Tamil culture is closely associated with Ramayana. I can tell you with whatever little I've learned in all these languages. If there is one literature that has paid so much respect, it is Tamil culture. It is only these people who try to disassociate. So beware of them. Now, As I speak, see, I don't mince words. I have no problem. Oh, people will ask, oh, you're talking about them. What will happen to you? If I don't believe in Bhagavan, this question will come. If I'm in a Vyasapita, I should not just choose to be, why should I talk about them? Let Bhagavan take care of them. And let's see what happens. I'm not from that genre. So I speak what needs to be spoken. If be it not so digestible and not so palatable, so be it. Now, coming to the Ramayana, different kings were invited. Ramayana says, Dakshinayat Narendramscha, South kings were invited. Balakandam. So when Dasharatha performed the yajna, southern kings were invited. Now comes the Raja's name. In Sthala Purana, make note of this. His name was Dharmavarma. He was from the Kaveri belt of Tamil Nadu, not our Kaveri belt, Kodagu belt, South Kaveri. So this Dharmavarma of Tamil Pradesha, Kaveri Pradesha went to Ayodhya. When they were taken in the city tour, they were taken to Jagannatha Alayam, the temple of Jagannatha. After seeing Jagannatha, he was mesmerized. Pangaja Janaka Deva Brindavana Sarangendra Varada Ramandaranga Shyamalanga Vihanga Turanga Sadaya Panga Satsanga Ranga Pura Vihara Jaya Kodanda Ramavadara Raghuvira Sriranga Ranga Ranga Ranga. Extremely handsome Bhagavan. Who will not fall in love with that Bhagavan? So this Dharmavarma thought that this Bhagavan Jagannatha, who is care of Ayodhya Cross Street, Ayodhya Main Road, Ayodhya, has to come to Tamil Nadu under HRNC. So what did he do? He left Ayodhya, attended to the yajna that Dasharatha performed, and came back to Kaveri and started performing penance on a small islet formed in the flowing fresh waters of Kaveri island. Cut this place. Now, second question before I go to the next point, very important point. People will ask, was Valmiki aware of southern traditions? वो उत्तर भारत के थे, तो उनको सिर्फ बनारसी ब्रोकेड और दाल बाटी चूरमा पता है. वो क्या दक्षिण के बारे में कुछ पता था उनको? हाँ जी पता है. कैसे? In Aranyakandam, when Rama and Lakshmana are seated, they look at a beautiful tree filled with flowers. You know, during the March-April period, Japan houses a period called Sakura. It's called the period of cherry blossoms. We have many cherry blossoms in Bangalore as well, just amidst the traffic. So, beautiful tree filled with flowers, no space for leaves. So, some of the branches were filled and brimmed with flowers that they were drooping. Rama looks at Lakshmana in Aranyakandam and says, Lakshmana, I look at this branch filled with flowers drooping like the bun which is adorned of flowers in a South Indian lady. There is a shloka in the Ramayana. So South Indian women have affiliation to flowers is noted by Valmiki through Rama's dialogue to Lakshmana. So they were all cognizant. Now, this Dharmavarma goes, now come back to Rama. Rama performed Aradhanam. Later, when Yuddha Kandam is over, Ravana Vadham is over, Vibhishana comes to Ayodhya. Vibhishana's wife said, ನನ್ನ husband foreign ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. For Sri Lanka people, India was foreign, right? So he came to Ayodhya. After Pattabhishekam was over, Rama had to give return gift to everyone. In the last 40 years, that is the buzzword we have learned. I don't think 50 years back this concept of return gift ever existed. Today, if somebody comes home, we give them gift. Nammathukku poi vandu kelu. Edavadu kuduthu tholaya vendama. Avaru kottirode avrige punaha. Dana Madi. So, Rama thought, I should gift Vibhishana. He asked Vibhishana, please tell me whatever you like. I'll be honored to give you. Vibhishana said, I went on a city tour. I went to this temple of your Kuladeivam called Jagannatha. Extremely handsome. Give that to me. Immediately, journalists, I'm sure Rama will not give. Rama said, Arthitartha Paridana Dikshita, for your bhakti, nothing is a match. Take Jagannatha. So this Vibhishana, nowadays if there is flooding happening, you raise the house by a few feet through pulleys. So he raised the entire temple with Moola Murti, Utsava Murti, with the Vimanam and started pulling it from the streets of Uttar Pradesh, crossing Madhya Pradesh, crossing some parts of Chhattisgarh, crossing the area of taking the same route as Karnataka Express. So he took, finally, as they were reaching near Tiruchirappalli, Trichy, it was evening time. So he placed that Moola Murti of Jagannatha there and said, wait, I will go and do Sandhya Vandanam. As he was doing Arghyam and came back, Bhagavan's Moola Murti refused to move. That is when in Ashariri Vakyam, Bhagavan said, I love this place, I will settle here. Vibhishana said, I thought you would be coming to Lanka. He said, don't worry, I am facing south. So I will keep looking at Lanka. Tendisai Ilangai Noki. Remember in SRIRANGAM, Bhagavan faces the south. He is blessing Lanka. So he said, I cannot move out of this place. At that point in time, the person who was performing penance all these years suddenly saw some commotion and opened his eyes. He saw that Bhagavan whom he wanted right in front of him, Dharmavarma Raja. So this place, this is an islet. Islet is a smaller island formed in the fresh waters in the Tamil language. So in the Tamil language, there is a Vyakarana grammar which says, Ilangayum Turutti Yenavarum Payarodu Arangamum Archidai Kurayin Payar. So what they say in the Tamil grammar is, if there is an island in the fresh or the salt waters, it is called by three names. Lanka, Turuti and Arangam. In Tamil, if it is an island, it is called Lanka. That is why the country is called Lanka. Second, it is called Turuti. There is a place in Tamil Nadu called Tirupun-Turuti. Third, it is called Rangam. Since Bhagavan settled in this Rangam, Jagannatha's name was changed to Ranganatha. Who tells this? Ramayanam says, Aradhaya Jagannatham Ikshvakukula Deivatam Aradhaniya Manisham Devairapi Sarva Savaihi. This is Ramayana shloka. So that Bhagavan who was worshipped by Brahma, Ikshvaku, Mandhata, Aja, Diripa, Sagara, Amshuman, Asamanjas, Bhagirata, Rama was later to be worshipped by Vibhishana, settled in Rangam. So Jagannatha became Ranganatha. Point number one, note this thing. I began this section stating A, U, Ma. Correct? Akara, Ukara, Makaram. What is that together called? Pranav. Stand up on the bench. I told you you should not tell that name outside. What is it called? Pranavam. So Pranavam has A, U, Ma. That is depicted in Rama. Rama worship Ranganatha. In SRIRANGAM today, you know what is that Vimanam called? Pranavakara Vimanam. Today. So Rama is worshipped as the one who came in the lineage of Surya. For the one who comes in the lineage of Surya, who is the Kuladeivam? Ranganatha. Jagannatha was Ranganatha. In 2019, I went on a 20-day tour to Europe. 3 days of my lectures were scheduled in Belgium, Antwerp. So I had the pleasure to stay with the Astika family. Pati, Patni and their 2 children. The Patni welcomed me. She spoke to me in Tamil. He spoke to her in Tamil. Her husband continued speaking to me only in English. Then I realized that she is a Tamil lady married to a person from Uttara Bharatam who speaks the Marwari language. So it is the story of 2 states. So they were living, they had 2 children. So at the end of my tenure of 3 days, while I left the house, I told him, I generally go and promote temples. I told him, whenever you visit India, please come if you have time for a day or two to some of the southern temples. They look grand and exquisite. They did not suffer as much invasion as what the northern temples suffered. So please come. I was shocked. He said, Dushyanth ji, every year we come. I thought he'll say Tirupati because Balaji is Forbes' wealthiest man. Very rich, everybody knows Balaji. Even Ekta Kapoor likes Balaji. So I said, Ab Balaji ke paas aate hain? No, he said, no, we come to SRIRANGAM. I said, how do you come to SRIRANGAM? He said, sir, we are Rajputs from Rajasthan. Our Gotram is called Raghuvamsha Gotram. For us, we have been told that our Kula Deivam is SRIRANGAM. So we come there. That is when I realized, look at the civilizational connect that we have. Somebody in Rajasthan eating dal bati churma, his Kula Deivam is SRIRANGAM. So that is the connection we enjoy. That is why in 2024, in the month of January, before Ram Lalla's PRATISHTA in Ayodhya, the Honorable Prime Minister visited SRIRANGAM. Because he is the Kula Deivam. So if people ask if Ramayana is living, it is living in the form of temple. Arada Arulamudam Podinda Koyil, Lambuyatto Nayotti Mannar Kalitta Koyil, Tolada Taniviran Toluda Koyil, Tunayana Vedanarku Tunayam Koyil, Sherada Payanellam, Sherkum Koyil, Shellumarayin Mudal Eduthu Cherந்த Koyil, Tirada Vinayanaitum, Tirkum Koyil, Tiruvarangamenathigalum Koyil Dane, says Vedanta Dushita. So this connect. So the third rahasya is the invincible triad. That which can never be defeated. What is the triad? A, U, Ma. Where did they settle? In an island, which is SRIRANGAM. Now if you look at the slides, you will be able to relate to it. So if you see, there is one slide that talks about Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, all the three. It is like the constitution. It is taken from the constitution book before secular was added. Now, in the next slide, do you see that Vimanam, below which is Moolamurti of Ranganatha, Utsavamurti, Rama propitiating with the four Sita, Urmila, Mandavi, Shrutakirti, and on the other side overlooking are Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna with Vasishta. Do you see that picture? This is depictive of Rama's worship of their Kuladaivam called Jagannatha, later known as Ranganatha in Ayodhya. The next slide has two pictures. Left hand side, Rama and Sita gifting that Ranganatha to Vibhishana. Right hand side, that Vibhishana carrying that Bhagavan all the way towards Lanka and settling him in SRIRANGAM. Next slide has Moolamurti and Utsavamurti of Ranganatha. This is where you have to pay attention. There are two states of Bhagavan. Amongst the 5 states, there are 2 states. One is called Vibhavam. The other is called Archa. Vibhavam means Ramavataram. In Ramavataram, who is A? Who is Ma? Lakshmana. Who is U? So, A, U, Ma in Ramavataram is seen in Rama, Sita and Lakshmana. In the Ranganatha form, if you see the reclining Ranganatha, the Moola Murti Ranganatha is A. Adisesha is Ma. Mahalakshmi in the Vakshasthalam is U. So in the Moola Murti you have got A, U, Ma. Come to the Utsavamurti. The one who is standing Ranganatha is A. Sridevi, Bhudevi who are flanking him on either sides is U. The Padukas that he wears is Ma. Because Shastram says Adisesha became the Padukas. So Padukas is Ma. So in the Moolamurti, Utsavamurti, you see A, U, Ma, the invincible triad. When Rama, Sita and Lakshmana walk, you see A, U, Ma, the invincible triad. So the invincible triad settled for an islet. We have great 3 more rahasyas. Tomorrow, pay attention. I'll tell you what those rahasyas are. We are going to talk about the divine retinue. Second, stay bullish, the greatness of Shiva and Kartikeya in Ramayanam. Third, we will be talking about the flying guide, which is Garuda.